I got a piece of freaking chicken stuck in my tooth.
That's the worst.
I know. I'm glad we're recording this.
Me too. Kylie's gonna have some epic, like,
I'm trying to get all up in there.
Screenshot.
some epic thumbnails.
I'm gonna show her my O face. Welcome to the Mac Besties podcast, where four best friends with over 30 years of friendship invite you to join our circle. We're navigating life in our 40s, juggling jobs, careers, family, and everything in between. Think of us as your go-to girlfriends, here to share laughs, lessons, and a lot of real talk. So grab your favorite drink, settle in, and let's journey through friendship, growth, and all the curveballs life throws our way. Welcome to the Mac Besties podcast.
Anyway, what's up? You guys want a podcast?
Hi.
Let's do this shit.
It's been quite the week. I have kind of had a rough week. The end of last week, like Thursday, Friday, it was fine. Friday, we went to a place called Santan Flat for our executive gathering. And that was a lot of fun. And so yeah, I had a good time on Friday. Patrick went. It was, I don't know, things are just awkward. So then Saturday was the CVMA Christmas party, and um Saturday was a day. I just had to get my fucking shit together, and I chat GPT'd my face off, and I felt better about it. I mean, I looked up laws and I found out things that I didn't know about. I also asked them to make me a budget with what I knew I would have, like how much do I need to live comfortably without a job for like 4 months. And so I have a number, and it includes like rent and shit. Um, it also includes some of the money that he has offered to give me for the house. And so it's like set a budget for me. So that makes me happy because then I know what I need to have by the time I move. So that's what I did, and I felt better about it. And but then it's also, I feel like maybe it's just like really real right now. Um, so work has been kind of difficult because I'm just working and I'm having a good time, and all I'm thinking about is how I'm not going to be there in 6 months. So even my job, where I normally feel like I can just get away, is not the case currently. My car battery is going out, so I'm probably going to need a new battery before I move. I also need new tires before I move. And I did not ask ChatGPT to budget those things. So there's just a lot going on in my brain, and um, that's my week.
Wow, I don't know if I can follow that. That was, oh goodness, Megan. I am so sorry. So my question is have you talked to Patrick since then? You guys didn't talk after the party? No.
We don't talk about it. So I am not against
Mm.
not having an attorney. However, there are several things that are like non-negotiable. And so,
And you're not going to take what you're entitled to as a gift from him. Right.
no, I'm taking it because it's what I'm entitled to based on law. And
Yeah.
It's not him being nice.
the law is clear and obviously understands the hardships that come along with military spouses. And unfortunately, Patrick doesn't agree with those laws, which is fine.
That's fine.
He
Don't
doesn't
have
have
to,
to,
but it
No.
is
Yeah.
what
but
it is.
it is just part of what it is. And so, I mean, if he decides that we're he doesn't want to do some of the things that are non-negotiable, then I'll get an attorney and we'll do it. We'll do the dang thing, which is fine. My fear, my biggest fear is once we have that discussion, once I have my paper filled out and once I know everything I need to know and go through everything, that's when he's going to just be angry and mean and hateful.
Sure.
Mhm.
Right now, we just don't talk about it. And it's awkward as fuck. Like, it sucks so bad. Cat's out of the bag, folks. Um, I literally just found out like 20 minutes ago that Anna, my daughter, is scheduled to have a C-section on December 23rd.
Wow.
So
Wow, you're gonna be a
it's
grandma.
literally next week. She's a little bummed. He is breech. She's
Oh,
39 weeks today, and he is breech. And they did everything. They even did the actual procedure, and she is sore, and it didn't work. So baby has 6 days to figure it out, or she's having a C-section on the 23rd, which is
Oh
wild
my.
and crazy. I asked her if she was okay because, you know, a C-section was not her birthing plan. Like she wanted to
right.
have a vaginal birth, which I totally get. Everybody should get the birthing plan that they want, right? Like, so I could understand if there was disappointment. And so I just made sure she was okay. And she's like, yeah, I'm okay. I gotta have this baby the healthy way. And if that means a C-section, then we got this.
Well, that's exciting.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah,
I'm
it is
excited.
crazy.
I'm excited. So, I thought really, really long and hard, and I'm like, my move plan that I put into ChatGPT was from here to Texas to Temple. I've looked up jobs in Temple. They're not great. I also, yeah, there's just all the things. So that's my week.
Let's see, what did I do this week? Um, Last weekend I went to my sister's, helped hang up some more stuff and worked in her yard. And then I came back home and oops, I'm out. Um, Finished working on the nurses' pillows for their Christmas gifts that I ended up giving to them yesterday because we had our Christmas potluck thing at work. And so I did the gift exchange and they all loved them. They thought they were super cute. So I was super
Yay.
excited about that. I sent you guys a video or like a little Snapchat thing of one of the nurses. So that was a challenge carrying all of those bags in. So I went in and got the cart that we have inside the clinic, but it was not big enough. So I fit as much as I could on the cart and then carried the rest in my hands and made it in. Had a couple of blowouts where everything fell off and I had to stack again. But yeah, it was fun. They loved them. Um, I gave Dr. Harvickson her gift, which I gave her a plant brella, and she was
Mhm.
super excited. So
Good.
I told her, I said, the only thing I ask is when you set it up, take pictures so that way I can add them to my videos. But yeah, I mean, obviously I couldn't find a big enough bag, so it was popping out the top. And she came out of the room and she's like, oh, I see my Christmas gift. I don't want to open it, but I want to open it. And I'm like, open it. You know, already know what it is. And she's like, I am so excited. So yeah, it was a good time. In the meantime, Dr. Glover's daughter, Brooke, she is autistic. She comes in once a week to work at the clinic. She empties our shred buckets for us. And I love Brooke. I've known Brooke now for 12 years. And she likes to keep me in my place. Like she likes to tell Dr. Harbison all the time that I'm causing trouble. And so anyways, Brooke likes Barbie. And I told her that I have this Barbie. I don't know if you guys remember that wedding doll Barbie that my mom gave me when I was married, like, I don't know how many fucking years ago. I don't know why I had that still. So I was like, I'm going to bring this for Brooke. So I am trying to carry all of this stuff, push the cart. I had Barbie in one of the bags, but I didn't realize that Barbie fell out and I didn't pick her back up. And so I thought she fell into like one of the bags. So I'm like going around and I'm like, hey, do you have a Barbie in your bag? Like, if you do, that's not supposed to go to you. No, there's no Barbie. And I'm like, okay. Once I got through 19 people, I'm like, fuck, where is Barbie? So I go outside and Barbie's in the parking lot. Barbie got ran over.
Oh no.
And a smoke break.
Barbie is fucked up. And
Barbie.
she's being a little whorish. She won't keep her dress on. So
Oh.
so here I come in. I'm like, oh no, here's Barbie, the one that Brooke's been bugging me now for 3 weeks. I'm like, fuck. And Renee, the nurse that I work with, she's like, I got tons of Barbies. I'll bring one tomorrow. Just save the dress. We'll clean it up. You know, we'll fix it. Well, then today, Renee's like, oh shit, I forgot to bring that Barbie. And I'm like, oh, it's okay. Brooke doesn't come until Thursday. Oh no, Brooke came today. And I had the Barbie on my desk and and I heard her and I took the fucking Barbie and tossed it behind me into the linens. So no way she didn't see it. Because the first thing she said was,
no.
where's my Barbie? And I was like, oh, Brooke, I am so sorry. I forgot Barbie again. I thought you were coming tomorrow. It's Wednesday, not Thursday. Remember? She's like, ha, 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 ha. Okay. And then turned around. I was like, oh my God, that was close. Like, yeah, I texted Renee when I got home with a meme of Barbie. And I was like, don't forget that Barbie tomorrow.
Do
Like,
not.
I'm going to need you to take that dress off that Barbie. And she's somewhere in the linens. I don't know. I heard her coming down the hallway and I just tossed Barbie. So you're going to have to find her. And there's 2 parts of her because she, got ran over. So there's the top torso and then the lower torso. So, so hopefully she does that and fixes because Brooke's going to be looking for that doll tomorrow. Brooke loves Taylor Swift. She is a big Taylor Swift fan. And so her birthday is at the end of October. And so I had Dan, our cake guy that makes Miles's cakes every year. I found like a picture and it was like Taylor Swift writing and red lips. It was like one of her albums. And he made her cake that way. And I surprised her one year. And oh my God, that's when we became best friends. She loves me. And I'm the only one that can do her flu shot. Because, Brooke doesn't like shots. She's been through a lot in and out, doctors as younger. And so, yeah. But it's funny when she comes in because she just takes over Dr. Glover's office. So, he has this nice massage thing on top of his chair. She hates this thing. And so the first thing she does is she just rips it off and throws it into the corner. And we're all just like, oh my God, this thing's expensive. And Dr. Glover's like, oh, hey, Brooke, and he takes a fold out chair and sits in the corner. And Brooks gets the nice chair. And yeah, she does her shredding and she's doing her work, but it's a lot of fun. Brooks, she's a good time.
How old is she?
She is in her early 30s.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I thought you were going to say like early
Yeah.
60s. Like just from that action, that's such a, older
Yeah.
lady
Yeah.
attitude type of thing. Like, I'll take the comfy chair.
Yeah. Well, Dr. Glover, oh God, he's in his 70s. He's got to be. So
So he needs to be
he's
sitting
been
in that massage chair.
right, but his family is the one that started Axtel Clinic. And so his brother is Dr. Beck, who is our eye doctor. So we have an eye clinic that's attached to our medical, our office. And so, yeah, Dr. Beck. And so in one of Dr. Glover's exam rooms, there's actually old pictures of the first Axtel clinic and all the nurses in their white uniforms. And it's really cool. And then what else did I do? I had no wrestling this week because Miles's last tournament was last week. So he's done with wrestling for a little bit.
How did
And huh?
how did he do? Anthony actually asked last night.
He didn't do
No.
good. It was a rough last, and like I had to actually go over there and like calm him down because he was throwing his stuff around, and it was not good. But McPherson, they're good. Those boys, they're out there. They're farm boys. They're throwing hay every day. Like the first one basically came out, lift Miles up, pinned him, and that was it. Like, yeah. I was even like, second one, he had a little more fight into it, but yeah, it's all right. It's his first year. You're not going to go out there and, start winning scholarships. It's so,
but if he likes it, he needs to stick with it. And if he doesn't
yeah,
like it, okay, he tried it.
yeah. Well, he's going to do wrestling club, which starts next year in January. And it's after school. He'll do it for, a couple hours. And basically he just trains and works out. And then he has the choice if he wants to do a match or not. He can sign up for one, but he doesn't have to. It's just basically he goes and works out. And that's what he needs to do. So yeah, what else did I do? I think that's about it. Nothing too exciting.
My notes say absolutely not the asshole in any way, shape, or form. I was an angel that blessed this earth with my vibe and presence. The week was same old. Baked the shit out of some cookies, made fudge, which was for the first time for me. I've never made fudge before. And I'll share the recipe in the What's Cooking Good Looking segment. Also, for the first time this week, cutting into a loaf of sourdough was raw in the middle, was still dough,
Whoa.
wet dough.
Oh no.
Whoopsie. I started my Christmas shopping. Cody called me on Sunday morning and he's like, "What are you doing?" And I said, "Watching football." And he's like, "Well, how long is that going to take?" I said, "Cody, it's Sunday." He's like, "Oh, yeah."
How old is he now? How
I
long do
know.
you
I know.
like?
I know.
How long?
And
How many years have you been doing
Does
this?
he even know you?
Right?
it was
New
so
number.
funny.
Who dis?
He says, "Oh man, we were going to come down." I said, "Get in the car. Come down. It's okay. Football's not that important. It's certainly not what it used to be when I had my laptop in front of me and the kids weren't allowed to walk in between me and the TV." Their early childhood. So, Cody and Savannah came down and stayed, for a couple hours, and that was nice because I was baking all these cookies. I had made the fudge. I had made some butterscotch Fritos, just making all the things.
I need to make notes. Sorry.
It's okay. And it's funny, April, thinking about Miles and his first season of wrestling, and how it didn't go well. We all know if he wants to do it and he sticks with it and he trains and he practices and he does the exhibition matches, even though he doesn't have to, that's how he's going to get better. The first time Cody ever did the heavy fighting in this SCA group that he's a part of, I've seen the video of it, and it's hilarious. I mean, Cody is this really big guy. He's got this, protective armor on, and he's just getting his ass beat. And, every time the person hits him, he's giggling. And I mean, giggling like a giddy schoolgirl, just I mean, and he's down on his knees because if they hit you in the leg, that chops your leg off, but you can still fight with your arms. And if they hit you in the arm, you put your arm to your side and you can't use that arm, but you can still use your other arm, right? And I mean, he's just down on the ground and he's just getting beaten. When he was here this weekend, he showed me a video of him in a fight that he had done recently. And he was fighting against a knight. So these people, like, in this group, they do these things that get them these ranks and these, belts and these charms and these titles and these scrolls, these beautiful, beautiful scrolls that these mostly girls, do this calligraphy and this artwork on. He shows me this video of him fighting this knight. And I don't know what the weapon is that he has in his hand, but he's standing on one end of like the arena. And I called it a Michael Myers walk. I mean, he just creepy guy, he's got this big thing in his hand and he just walks right over to this knight. They have a couple of, boops. And then Cody takes his weapon and bonks the guy on the head and the guy fucking falls out, because if you get hit in the head, you're done.
That's it. Yeah.
So Cody, in about 2.9 seconds, kills this knight in this fight. And he ends up getting an award for it. And he showed me a picture of the award. And that's like the scroll that I'm talking about with this, beautiful calligraphy. He got a rank. He got a special, like he's going to have some belt ceremony or something that he's going to go to. But my point is, I've seen the video of Cody's first fight and it's really funny. And even though Cody was this big guy and should have been fighting like Michael Myers the whole time, he didn't know what the fuck he was doing and he got his ass beat. He just, and now he's, he may be Goliath, but he still took out the knight and I'm telling you, 3 seconds. It was just over and done.
Yeah.
So I know Miles can do it. He just needs to hang in there.
Yes, I
and
agree.
it'll be cool to see him next season, especially if this wrestling club thing works out.
I know.
And maybe he can link up with some older kids or a coach and get some help in the off season.
Yeah. Well, he hangs out actually with quite a few 8th graders.
Okay.
And I'm like, oh, that's my boy.
Who are the good wrestlers? Because
I was like,
in middle school, all the kids normally play the same, all the sports. If you play football, you wrestle normally. Yeah. I mean, sometimes you don't, right? But anyway, okay, so let me get back on my stuff. I think I told you guys on Marco Polo, I asked Cody what he wanted for Christmas. He's like, oh no, I'll think about it. Well, I let Savannah know that I had sent her a friend request on Facebook and that she hadn't accepted it. Now I want to be clear. Cody told me to send her a request like 2 months ago. Cody was like, you should request Savannah. She posts pictures of us. And I was like, okay. And I noticed that she hadn't accepted it, but I'm not trying to be the pushy. But I'm just like, okay, I don't get it. Like, she comes here, she likes me, she hugs me. Like, why is she not accepting my request? So something got said about pictures, and I was like, oh, I don't know, but I did send you this friend request on Facebook. She's like, I literally have 51 friend requests. And I'm like, yeah, no, I'm not worried about it. I just, but she accepted my friend request. And then immediately messaged me and sent me 2 selfies of her and Bubba out looking at Christmas lights. Like, it was so, so cute. Oh. So the next day I'm like, let me go ahead and utilize this new line of communication. And I was just like, yo, what does my kid want for Christmas? What does he need? Like, what? Tell me. This girl sent me stuff. She sent me this, sent me a link to. I'm like, oh my God. I wasn't the only
She's a
angel.
keeper.
Yeah, I wasn't the
She's a
only
good
angel on
one.
earth. Shoot. So helpful. So freaking helpful. I
And
absolutely loved
she's so cute too, and she's just so polite and but
Aw.
laid back, and
it.
you can just tell she's acting herself. She's
Yeah.
not putting on.
Not
She's
putting
like a
on a
She's very
show.
comfortable in her
genuine
own
person.
skin. Yeah. Yeah. And they're cute together.
Well, I
He's
bet
he
Bubba
seems
is grown
healthy.
into a very handsome man.
Mm-hmm.
Very handsome man. So I'm sure. What happened to the little boy that would get angry and bang his head on the floor?
Well, now he beats knights in fights.
That's a story you'll have to share with her.
That's
Oh,
the only other thing I had is that I had Prince for a couple hours yesterday, and when I was taking him home to drop him off, because his mom wanted to clean and do things. Like she wasn't, and I was like, that's not gonna happen if we're here. Like, I'll take him with me. We'll go do a couple of things. I needed to box up cookies and ended up taking all those cookies I made at the bowling alley last night, which was great. Because now I'm not sitting on 6 fucking dozen cookies. Um when we got there, his Gigi was getting out of the Uber. And I knew it was her. You know, I have eyes. And I'm like, oh, here's a woman who looks like she could be Princess Gigi. And she's getting out of an Uber and she's getting a suitcase. And so I waited. I stood there at my car and I waited. And when like the Uber lady got in her car, I was just like, hi. And she's like, oh my God. Because I'm holding Prince.
yeah.
He's like, oh my God. And I'm like, yep. Yep.
Aw.
Let's go inside. But it was great. We got inside and I put him on the floor and he immediately went to her and put his arms up and
Aw.
all of us died and she picked him up. I mean, she barely got in the door, like, which is normal, right? Like you get
Yeah.
in, you set your shit down immediately and you just, and but it was really sweet. And so I was like, okay, well, my work here is done. I will see ya when I see ya. Enjoy the cookies. So yeah, loved
Love
her.
that.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Excited for them. Her, like, the whole family's coming. So there are more people coming. Carlos is coming home. He's in Maine. Carlos is coming home. I believe her dad is coming. I believe her sister and her sister's family is coming. So they're gonna have a nice Christmas. I did I did buy some gifts for them. One of them is wrapped and hidden in their house. And because it's so big. There was
How did they not know that?
because I'm that fucking good. How I have it hidden, they're not going to find it. But
Ever?
no, I'm gonna have to call them and tell them, hey, go get this. They're not putting up a tree because Prince is Prince. They're gonna get like a felt tree that they're gonna put on the door that he can play with and put, Velcro stuff on, but they're not putting up a tree. So it's not like anyway, it's a piece of art that it's not like I went out and I was like, oh, I'm gonna buy a memory of a picture. I was out shopping and saw it and I was like, yes, yes. So I bought it and I took it back to her place and wrapped it and hid it. But like I bought him a pair of Timberlands
Oh
because
my God. Because cute.
he
And
Oh
you
wears
my
have some?
God.
he wears so much brown and she has black Nike sneakers and white and blue Nike sneakers. And I'm just like, where's my baby's brown boots? So I went to Ross like specifically looking for like Timberland style boots. Did
Right.
not give a shit what the brand was and found Timberland baby boots And so I bought them, couldn't help myself. I also got him, I have a thing, like I did it with Kieran, um, babies in my life. I get them Where the Sidewalk Ends and Light in the Attic by Shel Silverstein. I always have. I've done it for my nieces and nephews. Like that's just something I do. And I meant to get that for him during his birthday and just never did. So I went ahead and got those. So I have stuff that I will take over there. Um, I gave them cookies. So I'll see them. I'll see him. But yeah, I'm off Prince duty for a while.
Till the new year?
I don't remember when the mom leaves, but she's here for a few weeks. Yeah.
Oh,
I know. It'll be okay.
I just want to kiss those lips.
So he
Oh,
gives kisses.
he's so cute. He's so damn cute.
Literally the cutest baby. That is all I have for my week, you guys.
Last week I finished the shirts that I was working on. Got those finished and handed off. And actually today at Safeway, I stopped at Safeway to grab something to eat tonight and saw Michael. I saw her and her husband at Safeway. So I was able to ask her how the shirts, see a genuine reaction and, you know, instead of just by text. And she said, I forgot to send you pictures. I've just been so tired. And um, so, yeah, very happy with the shirts. I'm gonna have to go look it up. I think she said they posted a TikTok or something with them. Um, so yeah, I'm excited for her family. I did not really do much over the weekend. Uh, just kind of hung out. We watched, I think there was some UFC fight night going on Saturday. We watched that. We watched we watched a movie. I'll talk about it during that. And yeah, and then back to work. Um, oh yes, my grandfather did end up passing over the weekend on Saturday. Um, and there's I don't know, having mixed feelings about that. Just because I'm happy that he's done, he got what he wanted. You know, he's at rest now. He's at peace. Um, but I'm sad for my dad. Well, because he lost his dad. I feel like I don't know if I should really be as upset about it as I am because granted I did visit them often, I feel like, from, being not in the same state as them until they got into the home, and then it was really hard for me to do that. So I didn't visit them once both my grandparents went to the home. There was supposed to be a funeral on Friday, and now there's not going to be a funeral. They'll have some kind of memorial after the holidays. So I don't know. I just I just don't feel right about that because there wasn't any type of service or memorial for my grandmother. They decided they're going to wait they'll wait till my grandpa passes because apparently I guess they thought it was going to be relatively soon and they just have like a combo memorial thing. And I just hope the same thing doesn't happen. Like it's something that's going to get put off and then nothing's done for either one of them.
Does your dad
Um,
agree with the decision?
I don't believe so.
Okay. Oh, Kylie, I'm so sorry.
So I guess I would hope that my last wishes are granted. And I guess maybe that's what I'm thinking. Like,
Yeah,
so
yeah. No, I get
hmm,
it.
I don't know. Guess I understand definitely more why people now, I feel like, are arranging their own arrangements. Like, I'm going to go ahead and pay for this. And, now I understand that. That's been, I don't know, on
Mm.
my mind a lot this week. But work has been a little stressful. Uh, I don't know. I think it's just end of the year. This was our first year operating without the big customer that, you know, paid most of the bills. So it's been a little, I don't know. I think I really believe everybody has PTSD from last year. Like everybody that's left over from last year and this time and the feeling, everybody felt the same thing, but we weren't really being told. We were told everything's great. And then boom, you know, in a week it'll have been a year and it's just, I don't know. It's just been weird, kind of somber. A lot of vendors have been dropping off, or even property management, been dropping off Christmas trees and all kinds of just cookies. And definitely the amount that they're bringing is for as if we didn't lose over half of our people. So it's been like, did you not hear the news? And that's of no fault of theirs. They may have no idea. So, um, yeah, I think property management brought in like those big Costco trays of cookies that are like 60 cookies. I think they brought like 4 or 5 of those in. We have like people that normally come to work at on site, usually around 25 people. I mean, we did not need that many cookies.
Oh
And they
my
brought
God.
cupcakes. And then
Oh
there was
my
something else. So then I had to stay out of the kitchen today. Like, it was bad.
Snacks galore.
Ugh.
That's funny because we usually get a lot at the doctor's office and we have only gotten just one big white basket. That's it. I'm like, where's all our snacks?
It
Like
is
our
the 12 days of Christmas. Where's our snacks?
I look forward to that because then I put my name in the bucket for like the big baskets that the snacks come in. Or one year it was like a little sleigh and it had like different snacks. And I won it and I made it into like a decorative thing with candles for Renee one year. And she puts it in front of her fireplace every year for Christmas. So I told the girls in the business office a couple weeks ago, I was like, if we get that sleigh, let me know because I want to make it for my sister for her house. And Corey and Michael Records said, girl, we haven't seen that sleigh in 2 years. And I was like, oh no, that makes me sad. And she's like, in fact, we have barely gotten any snacks in the past 2 years. I said, well, that makes me really sad to hear. And yeah, we've only gotten that one big white basket, which I put my name in the bucket for that because I was like, oh, I can make something out of that, you know.
Pals.
So I'm waiting. But yeah, you get all the snacks and we're getting shit over here. And they're canceling our lunches too because the reps, at the end of the year, they ran out of their money. They spent all their money. No more lunches.
Just
So
got to get through the next couple weeks and then it'll start over again.
you know what? These people need to learn to bring snacks and bring your own food. I've got 4 pieces of beef jerky, Fatties, the brand. I've got Chex Mix. I've got pistachios. I got cashews. I got little cheese and crackers in Harvickson's fridge. I got cans of soup. I got ramen because I know you can't depend. And when you're hungry, you're hungry. And I'm not going to go out and buy junk food and go to, McDonald's. I'm just not going to do it. Sometimes I'll venture over to the salad bar at the hospital because Dr. Ballman gives me his discount.
What are we even talking about?
I don't know how we got off of that. Oh, snacks, treats. God damn it. I'm done.
I love you.
No, mute me.
I think we were talking about Kylie's week, and then we
Yeah,
ended up with
we
April
were.
at the salad bar.
Then we went snacks. I got snacks on snacks. All right.
Snacks on snacks.
Welcome back. Okay.
Okay, so today we had our Secret Santa, um, which is always fun, but it's like, I don't know. Again, where
Stressful.
half the people left over, and it was already hard enough to get participation. So I think maybe we had 10 people. Like, we used to have to block off like an hour and a half of our time to go through everybody's Secret Santa back in the day. Um, and I think we got through it in like 15, 20 minutes. I don't know. So I guess it's just weird. It's just different. Just need to get used to the
Norm.
new normal, you know? So, that was fun. And then a lot of people brought their dogs today for, I don't know if it was planned or what. Um, so we had two Labradoodles. Both of them are named Charlie. Um,
So Colorado.
um, yeah, they were funny just to watch. And one is bigger than the other, as in he a fat boy. Um, and the other is not. And so people were making little jokes about before, after,
Fat
like
Charlie.
everybody's dog that is there is pretty friendly. They haven't had any issues. Um, yeah, I guess that trying to think if anything else happened, but not really. It was just I don't know, getting new things to get used to.
I believe the next thing is follow-ups. I don't have any
Updates?
follow-ups.
I was just thinking about updates. So about the prison drop thing, I
Oh
guess
yeah.
since the prison drop with the drone, there has been an increase in California of contraband drops with drones. So, and even in South Carolina, there was an attempt. Oh,
Another one.
Georgia, and even in Kansas, there was a
Oh.
report.
Leavenworth.
So that first drop a couple weeks ago is went nationwide, and so now other prisons are testing it out. That's my update.
Love that. My update is on the drunken raccoon. Did
Yeah.
you know that he's a serial offender?
The same exact one.
How do they know that?
The now infamous
They
raccoon who
have his fingerprint.
got drunk after breaking into a liquor store in Hanover County, Virginia, is apparently a serial offender. Story of a raccoon busting his way into the state alcoholic beverage control outlet, ransacking its shelves, passing out drunk in the bathroom on Friday, November 28th, has garnered national attention. It inspired Virginia ABC advertisements, themed cocktails, recipes, a mass scavenger hunt, and even a pet election. Most of all, a limited time merchandise campaign has raised over $200,000 for the Hanover County Animal Protection Shelter, which is cool.
Yes.
But the saga isn't over yet. On Thursday, December 11th, Hanover County released an episode of its podcast Here in Hanover, which featured an interview with Animal Protection Officer Samantha Martin, the person who responded to this head scratching call the morning of November 29th. During the interview, she shared new details about the furry criminal. This is not the first time he's been in one of the buildings, Martin said, referring to the strip mall in which the ABC store is located. Supposedly, this is the third break-in he's had. He was in the karate studio. I think he got into the DMV and ate some of their snacks.
That's why you shouldn't have snacks in your office, April. Might get a drunken raccoon.
I'll drink with
Came into
them.
the doctor's office.
If he brings me some liquor, I'll share my snacks.
Trade you for some of that peanut butter whiskey.
That's right. Same time, man. I don't know you.
I heard that story on the news. It was one of the rare days that Dave woke up before me and I was like sleeping hard. And when I woke up, I heard them saying that and I was like, are you fucking kidding me? Like, I have to write that down. I have to tell my friends. Yeah, crazy.
Good one.
Hmm.
That is a good update.
Hmm.
I wondered, I wish they would give him a name, what, like Theodore the raccoon or
You know, I gave myself a little nickname the other day. I don't drink an awful lot anymore these days, but I was having some beers. Like, I mean, I was drinking out of like a tankard, like a
why?
huge. I was baking and cleaning, and why not? So I'm pouring, at least two in at a time, and I was baking for hours. So I was drinking for hours. And I told my husband, I was like, I've had quite a few beers. Well, he was out in the garage organizing the refrigerator, and he was like, God damn, you did go through a lot of these beers. And I was like, I know. It was when I was baking and drinking. So I was Betty Ford Crocker. And he literally goes, I hate that I'm laughing at that. Yeah.
That is quick and witty.
Yeah. Mm.
Well, I mean, you heard about the Predator on
Mm.
Marco Polo, right?
Yeah,
So,
I
she's got all
did.
the nicknames.
I
I
did.
gave him one too. I gave my husband one. He's been getting me to do dabs, and I do
Oh,
them a lot. And I ask for them. I'm like, hey, let's do a dab.
Oh God, that
I
shit kicks my ass.
I get it. It's kind of
It
fun getting
makes
your ass kicked.
oh no, I don't like to pee my pants.
Oh
Because
yeah.
then I cough and then I'm like, Kegel.
No,
So
I called him Dabby Longlegs. And then I laughed and laughed and laughed and laughed. Like I just laughed and I'm like, that's so funny. He's like, yeah, it's pretty good. And I was like, no, that's really funny. That's your new nickname, babe. Dabby Longlegs. I think I just
see.
got the nicknames going right now. That's what I've got going right now.
I have a lot of nicknames. Anthony has given me a lot of nicknames. He just don't know. Like, I get that way sometimes with some people or whatever, but yeah, he just whips them up for everybody's got nicknames. Like,
Don't you love
we
it?
call I absolutely love it. Like, the boys have like two or three names that they answer to when they're around us. I mean, he loves the nicknames are fun. I love it.
Yeah.
The guy upstairs in his apartment, I swear to God, he does it on purpose. I don't know. I try to convince myself maybe he has a medical condition, but I swear to God, he literally stomps his feet like marching stomp. Like, not because he just walks hard, like walks hard on his heels. Like, it's like he's marching across the floor. Anyway, that's Stompy McStomperton.
yes, it is. Of course it is.
Yeah. So instead of getting mad about it, we just call, oh, there's Stompy McStomperton. Must need to go to the bathroom. Must be getting ready for work. Must be like anytime this person moves, I swear to God. That's why I'm
Hashtag
like, there's
apartment
something wrong
living.
with them. There's something wrong with them. Can't be mad about it.
For you.
Yeah. Therapy. My update, I took a peek and I forgot that I had already updated about DoorDash Girl last week and that she wasn't going back to court till January. I did find out that's January 20th. And I know Meghan, I think you had asked if she was out on bail or somebody asked if She was out on
Yeah.
bail. The judge actually did not require bail, just let her go. So she just, if she didn't show up, she'd get arrested and, held. So she did show up, obviously, because now she has a new court. Meghan sent me that TikTok of what the judge had said to her during the court case, and her attorney was like, "Yeah, we'd like to request no video or, photography." Oh, now you care about cameras? Is what the judge says. It's like, oh, snap.
This is not going to go well.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, she might as well just go
That's a
ahead
good
and
one.
plea. You might want a plea deal. I don't think you're gonna get any breaks from this person. Anyway, the one that I did really want to update on was that 12 car pileup that happened in Las Vegas.
Mhm.
Yes.
Oh,
Yeah. So let me get my notes up here. So I guess there must have been there was a hearing last week, um, where they went through the charges, and then now it's gone up to 3 people total have died. Now they've decided to review the case for the death penalty. So how
Wow.
sad. I mean, this kid's 19 years old, um, being charged with 3 counts of open murder, and now he's facing the death penalty, possibly. So it sounds like they're pretty convinced that they're not believing the whole seizure story. So I guess they're not changing. They're not changing their story. They're standing to, the defense is saying that they feel like he was having some kind of medical episode, like a seizure, and they're sticking to that. So I don't think
kind
that's
of
going to
have
work
to.
out for them. But anyway, the next hearing's been postponed until January. Um, and that's, I guess, to give the prosecution time to decide whether they're going to officially pursue the death penalty. And then for the defense to decide if they're going to plead not guilty or WTF. So, yeah, all from going 100 miles an hour into 12 cars.
That's insane. I still want to know why he did. I mean, let's be real, dude.
Well, I think with them seeking the death penalty, that means that there's, that capital element that they can prove intention. I don't think they would charge like that if they didn't have some sort of evidence. So maybe a text or a video or a dash cam or a previous threat that was documented that he's like, I'm going to drive you into a pile of cars and kill you someday. I think they would have to have some kind of evidence to prove that he intentionally did that to cause death.
Yeah.
Which means they have something.
Wow.
It's sad.
It's super sad just because he's so freaking young. Like, his life is over.
Yeah, and honestly, it may just be because he was having a bad day and being a dumbass, right? Like,
Think how irrational you think when you're that age. Like,
did he really intend to kill 3 people? Like, that's what the 12 people are going to have to hear out and figure out.
yeah. And I think
I think
everybody's paying so much attention to it because it's not, you would think automatically, okay, vehicular homicide, No, they're going straight. Open murder, death penalty case. Like,
well,
I think everybody's going to be watching this one.
yeah, I agree. I don't care if he was having a bad day or not. That's
Yeah, you eat a Snickers. Okay. We all
go
know.
smoke a J.
We all know that you eat a Snickers.
You
Oh,
do eat a Snickers.
You're just hangry. Eat something.
You're not
Oh,
feeling
and then
like
you'll feel
yourself.
better. Yeah, eat a Snickers.
Yes.
I hope we can get some free Snickers out of that. Mac Besties.
Yeah, I was like, this is not a paid ad.
Yeah, we're doing this for
We're
free.
not sponsored. They don't sponsor
Well, we
us.
like Snickers.
Us
We
poor
are
girls, we love Snickers.
not sponsored yet.
Ice
I like
cream,
the
regular.
peanut butter Snickers.
Yeah, send them all. Snickers.
Okay, we got to move.
All right.
Keep on rolling, baby.
Man, the Michigan coach went crazy on his teaching assistant or whatever and
His
broke into her
lover,
house. Crazy.
his lover,
Yes.
not his teaching.
Brown University shooting, Bondi Beach shooting,
Mhm.
Rob Reiner and his wife being murdered,
Yeah,
By their own son, allegedly.
Chiefs being knocked out, and Mahomes' season-ending injury.
yeah.
That all happened in
And I
literally
didn't.
like 3 days.
Yeah, and I didn't win the Powerball either, so it was a shitty week.
That too. The week was a terrible week.
Yeah, that whole Rob Reiner, what I was going to talk about. So we'll just start there. That is insane. So I was reading, I kind of dug into it that Rob Reiner and his wife Michelle was invited to Conan's Christmas party. Their son Nick was first not invited, but Rob and his wife were concerned for their son's safety and his mental health. So texted Conan on Tuesday asking if their son Nick could join, which I guess there's been issues before with previous gatherings, with this son having outbursts. He has a drug addiction and that basically he's been babied through and has not been taken care of. I even read one article that he admitted that he lost his virginity to a sex worker because he stole money from his parents and he was curious. So he just got on Craigslist and found a prostitute, and that's how so just the stories that are starting to be coming out now is crazy. But Conan said it was fine. They got into an argument. The son was going around and asking the guests, "What's your first name? What's your last name? Are you famous?" And I guess he finally got to comedian, is it Bill Harder? Is that Hader, sorry. Something happened. Obviously, Hader said something to the son. The son stormed out, came back. Rob and the wife and the son now are having a huge argument. Everybody is listening. It's uncomfortable. Then Rob and Michelle leave and they don't know where Nick, the son, goes. Obviously, he left too, but he didn't leave with his mom and dad. So obviously the fight carried on to home where he brutally stabbed them and slit their throats. It was horrible when I was reading this. So then the daughter, I guess, found Rob and Michelle the next day because the therapist was concerned, obviously didn't show up to an appointment, and the youngest daughter found him, and there we are. I loved him in Wolf and Wall Street, especially that part where he's like yelling and then he answers his phone. He's like, "Hello," like all English accent. Makes me laugh every single time.
He obviously had some deep mental health issues or anger issues, or that is tragic.
Yeah.
I think he has a sister because was it the sister that
Yeah.
found them?
Yeah. The sister
Yeah,
found. Yeah. And then
and
there's another
like,
brother.
yeah, that's just
And that is like a crime of passion, using a knife and
Yeah.
stabbing, and that is some hate. So
Yeah.
yeah,
it's
it's
very,
terrible.
very sad.
In my opinion,
Hmm.
I think what happened, because I'm being detective, I'm just going down a rabbit hole. I think Rob was finally done and was like, he needs to go to rehab. We need to stop, babying him. He, obviously he's got a mental problem. He needs help. He needs to be obviously checked into somewhere. The son was like, fuck you. That ain't happening. You're supposed to take care of me. You're my parent. Love me. I'm sure some sort of you let me down kind of conversation. This is your fault why I'm addicted to drugs. Like, I got this all mapped out.
He's been in and out of rehab for years. So Rob Reiner and his wife have been dealing with this child being in and out of rehab for a very long time.
I didn't
Okay.
realize.
So I don't think that it was necessarily so much like first time you're going to rehab. I just think unfortunately, he just had a really terrible mental health episode and was angry enough to finally kill his parents and might have been high on drugs. I don't know, but that's
Or
my
weaning,
Yeah. Think
or
if he took off from the party when they all after he showed his ass and embarrassed them for what sounds like is not the first time, which I hadn't heard that.
yeah.
Um, they leave and he's gone and they don't know where he is. They go home and then he comes there and kills them. He probably did go get all fucking high.
Mm-hmm.
I
Mm-hmm.
shouldn't
Yeah.
say that. I'm totally presuming. I mean, I clearly have no
Yeah. And he was like,
clue,
they
but
embarrassed me.
All
And
of this is alleged for
I
whatever
know, right?
purpose.
We're
Allegedly.
just making this shit up.
armchair detectives.
Nonfiction, fiction.
Yeah.
Yes.
We're writing a
Got our
book.
hats
We're writing a
on.
book. It's called The Death of Rob Reiner. And his son Nick is guilty by Mac Besties.
Check it out. 2027.
It'll be on Amazon in no time.
well, it was definitely a sad story to hear, especially
Yeah.
after the long weekend of also sad stories.
Yeah.
Hmm.
I was going to talk about the insane wind that is happening in the metro area of Denver right now. I saw a news article yesterday. It was Tuesday, so it might have even been Monday. And they were like, yo, it's going to be so windy on Wednesday. We're going to shut people's power off. And I was like, what? Is this California? Like, what? What? And so, of course, I read the article, and I think when we were talking about the California wildfires, I talked about the Marshall Fire that happened here a couple years ago on New Year's. It was literally New Year's Eve, New Year's Day. It was fucking devastating to have this awful fire, to start the new year. But we talked about like the Santa Ana winds and the Chinook winds and how people know things. And so, yeah, Excel, our power company, was just like, yeah, so we're going to shut the power off because the wind is going to be so bad that if anything gets on these power lines, and the fact that it hasn't, we got one snow. We've gotten one snow, one.
It's so
Um,
dry.
it the winds that were reported today, and they're not done. I can hear the wind right now. They're not done. This is west. This is like the foothills, Boulder, Jefferson County, Boulder County, 93, 96, 97 miles per hour. The wind today.
Oh my God.
I saw that 50,000 people were going to remain without power. People who live just right there on the foothills where the wind is, that horrific. Um, we're gonna go ahead and keep the power off for just a little bit more until these winds pass tomorrow-ish, hopefully.
Not in your neck of the woods, though.
Mm-mm. No, I am in Southeast Aurora. So Aurora is on the east side of the metro area anyway, and I'm down at the bottom.
Wow.
We were hoping at work so bad that the power would go out. Like we
Oh,
we
tell us
wanted
how
it
you
out
really feel,
so
Kylie.
bad.
And where do you work again? No, I'm just
It's a slow time of year.
Yeah.
It is. It's
I
very
don't
slow
think
at work.
planes can be taking off.
Mm-mm.
I mean, it is dangerous. The wind itself is dangerous. I'm sure they're telling truckers you're not going
It
north.
is. I
Yeah.
hurt my elbow. The door at work slammed on my elbow. Like I almost couldn't get the door open. I'd
Oh
like use
no.
all my force to get it open and then it just snapped right shut. I could have lost my arm, but
You
I
could have.
only hit my
I'm
elbow.
Workers'
glad you
comp.
didn't.
Your
Me
company
too.
should be thankful. They should buy a lottery ticket.
Did you pick up that accidental death and dismemberment from the bowling league?
I
You
still
could
have it for the remainder of this year.
have gotten some moolah, like four G's.
We're gonna need you to try that again.
4 G's for a
Here's
whole arm.
and sorry about your arm.
Right?
Sorry about your arm. Here's $4,000.
Hope it wasn't your bowling arm.
Just make sure it's a strong hand.
You're a lefty now.
You really did get Munson.
You did.
Oh shit. So I tried to look up something more lighthearted this week because we were a little dark last week. I feel like April
I
was feeling the
appreciate
darkness
that.
coming from Meghan, I think, and uh
By the end of it, I felt like I needed to go to church after
She needed to cleanse herself in the lakes of Minnetonka or whatever.
something. Baptize me.
so I read this article that I came across that was basically uh it was this place in Georgia that um it's a small place in Georgia, Blue Ridge Mountains, and they made the headline for putting bad parenting surcharge on its menu, adding around $50 for adults that felt they couldn't control their children in the restaurant.
That's fucking awesome.
um, so yeah, I kind of looked into that a little more, and basically, there are other restaurants that do this for people who are rude, people who, you know how people get in restaurants.
Mm.
They're calling it a bad attitude fee. So apparently restaurants are officially done with the Karens. Um, and if you come in with an attitude and complain too much or just straight up unpleasant, they'll add a bad attitude fee to your bill. Some places call it a rude customer fee. Um, and other places are giving a discount if you're nice for being nice.
Oh,
Oh,
As
Which
it
I don't
should
know,
be.
maybe I don't know, that could be a little more insulting. I'm not sure. Um, so, I'm like good because there are definitely people who just berate restaurant workers. Like they're just terrible to them. Um, and then, but on the other side, how do you decide what is rude? You know,
I think it's
are
a
you rude?
very subjective, which is why it can't work.
Right. Like, what do you consider rude? Is it because they were rude first? Or like they were tired of hearing the same question all day, and so now you're deemed rude because they were tired of, it could be interpreted anyway. I feel like it's too broad to decide that. So,
Or your food came out completely cold or the wrong order and you asked for something that you ordered and they take that as you being rude, like, eh.
Right. Right.
They would probably have parameters if they're gonna like seriously charge somebody money.
I feel like you'd have
Yeah.
to have like a list of like
It
this,
has to be
this,
criteria. There'd
this,
have to be certain
this.
criteria. A flow chart. Did
Yes.
customer do this? Yes or no? Then do this or that. And at the end of it, you charge.
Yes. Charge, no charge.
Charge.
Let's pause for the cause and hear a word from our sponsor.
The Plantbrella, a colorful umbrella for outdoor gardens and potted plants, designed to help protect your plants from the intense, direct sunlight, heavy rain, hail, and frost, while allowing some light and rainwater to gently pass through to your plants. The Plantbrella is not only a colorful piece and decoration for your garden, but is an effective way to keep your plants safe, hydrated, and live longer throughout the garden season. Plantbrella, we got you covered.
So we're on to what's cooking good looking. I'm making all the treats for the holidays. I made like 2 double batches of Chex Mix yesterday. I have so much Chex Mix in my house. I don't know what I'm going to do with it all.
Take it to work.
Take it to your neighbors.
Yeah, so the people at work probably won't eat it. I could give it to my neighbors, but I don't really talk to them, so that's kind of weird.
It could
Anyway,
be nice. Just
I'll figure it out. I'm gonna take some to Bernice tomorrow when we go dance. 2 large ass totes are going to Erin. And then I have 2
Totes?
more that one is for
Totes.
myself.
Totes.
2 large ass containers. Excuse me.
I was envisioning like what I store my winter clothes and summer
Right.
clothes in.
You're right. You're
The
right.
shit
The
that you
word.
use in the garage. Can you go grab that Christmas tote for me?
Okay, ready? Take 2. 2 large ass containers that are gonna be mailed to Erin.
Nice.
That shipping would have been really expensive.
That's really nice of you to send that to her. She could
She
buy
loves my Chex Mix.
or make her own. I love that.
I
love
kind of
it.
send her Chex Mix every year.
I
She
love
loves
that.
my Chex Mix.
Didn't know
And
that.
I love my Chex Mix, but I can't eat it all.
Well, why
So-
don't you mail some to us?
Yeah.
You want some?
I didn't know you had this like super good Chex Mix that Erin gets mailed every year. I kind of want some
Yeah.
now.
She
Well,
does.
I'm kind
And I
of
do.
jealous.
I don't need a totes worth or
Nope.
even a big container. I'll just take a little
I mean,
container.
I'll take a
couple
sandwich
scoops.
bag with just a little sticky note that says "Love you."
Mail it to me. I'll Venmo you
Okay.
for the postage. Just tell me how much
I
it
don't
costs.
need your Venmo.
Oh,
Get the fuck
ew,
out of here.
bleh,
Oh.
ew.
Blech. I don't need your
Okay.
Venmo, girl.
Take 2.
I'll send you some Chex Mix. I
Thank
have a whole tote full. And I'll send you some of the other special treats. They're nothing special, but I'm gonna make some Rolo pretzels where you put the pretzels down and squish the
I was
Rolos in.
thinking about making that. Okay.
And I'm
Yeah,
gonna
that's
do
good.
some white chocolate covered pretzels just because I want to.
Well,
So
then I'm gonna send you some shit.
let's go.
Okay.
Should we send each
Except
other goodies?
you're gonna expect my Chex Mix every year after
Well,
you
I'm
try.
surprised you haven't sent us the past how many years?
I really didn't.
I'm a
know
little
that-
offended.
I didn't know
Well-
that you like made this super good Chex Mix. I'm excited.
I'm sorry that you're offended, April.
Yeah, I'm offended
And
that Erin's got to enjoy your Chex Mix for the past several years.
Listen.
I think that
Let Meghan and Erin have their damn Chex Mix, okay? We get a
Thank you for
podcast
that.
with her. We get a podcast with her. And
Yeah.
she's gonna share the Chex Mix with us.
I'll let it go.
I think the real reason for that is like Erin and I were in each other's lives over the holidays.
Sure.
And you and I, the 3 of us, weren't always together for the holidays, especially as an adult, right? When I was making
Sure.
Chex Mix. So I hope that makes you feel a little bit better, April. But I will send you guys my Chex Mix and the other snacks, and we'll talk about it in a couple weeks.
You should probably, are you going to share your recipe?
I
of your
mean,
famous Chex Mix on, or is it?
it's kind of embarrassing because literally it's like the recipe on the back of the box,
Oh,
but
I thought you were gonna
I
tell me
do
this.
not use bagel chips. I use the special recipe Gardetto rye chips.
Those are
And
the best.
I normally double like I use more of the butter sauce mix than it calls for. I also use way more nuts and way like I go hard in the paint. So
Oh, hard in the pan with
I
all
go
those
hard in the
nuts.
paint on my Chex Mix.
I first thought you said
Yeah.
hard in the pants with all those nuts.
No, hard in the paint. But okay, I'm not sure if I'm gonna be able to. There it is.
There
Yeah,
it is.
there it is.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Send
it's
it.
amazing.
Send it.
I'll take one of those.
Yeah, I'll take one.
All right.
I'll text you my
That
my
there it
Addy.
is. Now I can get rid of all this extra Chex Mix in my house.
Absolutely. And
Those two totes.
it'll only cost you more money to mail it to people.
It actually isn't that expensive.
Here's what I love about this for you. I have been friends with Erin on social media long enough to know that she gets down in the kitchen. And I, first of all, being somebody who loves to cook and loves to cook for other people, I feel like it's such a compliment to get a compliment or like to have somebody else who cooks well or bakes well or makes some kind of food well compliment your food. Like I was terrified to give Chelsea cookies because she, works in a bakery and she does cakes and blah blah blah. And Brad was quick to let me know that, she's not a baker, she's a cake decorator. And I'm like, she bakes me apple pies, she bakes cookies, she bakes. Like she knows what she's doing. Like she might not be the baker of all the cakes that she decorates, but she does bake. She knows what she like don't so when I give her cookies and she's like, "Oh my God, these are so good," like make them for me. Like I feel like that's the equivalent of Erin liking your Chex Mix. I feel like
Yeah.
it's a compliment because I know Erin can cook. So I feel like it's a compliment to have her like your shit.
Yeah. Well, that's what I cooked. Thank you.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
That's awesome. I can't wait.
I'm gonna need all your addresses.
Oh, I'll text you mine when we're done here.
Crystal will give you my address.
Don't you worry. We'll give you that info. I'm going to do my baking tomorrow since I worked Tuesday, because usually I have Tuesdays off and then started working Thursdays. But with us having our Christmas little thing, shenanigans on Tuesday, I worked. So I'm going to take tomorrow off and I'm going to do some wrapping and some baking. But I made these chocolate chip Andy mint chocolate cookies.
Yum.
And they were freaking amazing that they didn't last very long. So I'm going to make some more of those tomorrow
Yum.
or on Saturday. Because I got to do some baking on Saturday as well. And then I'm going to make some caramel popcorn. So when I was in the bowling league last year, and a couple old ladies gave me their recipe for their homemade caramel popcorn, which is with that it's like the $2.99 bag. Like they have the original or they have the cheddar. So anyways, you use the original and brown sugar and all that stuff and make your homemade caramel popcorn. It is so good. And then I need to know that Rolo pretzel recipe that you guys are talking about. I wrote that down. I think I'm gonna
I
someone's
mean,
gonna
you just get like regular, like the shaped pretzels, not pretzel sticks, like the loop to
yeah.
loop pretzels. Um, and put a Rolo on top of them and bake them for just a couple minutes. But you're supposed to like smush the Rolo down so that the
Mm-hmm.
caramel like gets over the pretzel. So it's basically caramel and chocolate on the pretzel. I saw
Yeah.
some yesterday that someone had stuck an M&M on them. And I'm like, I don't know that it needs that, but god dang it, that's cute. Because it was like green and red M&Ms. So it was like super like Christmassy looking. Like it was
Oh,
super
that's a
cute. But
good idea.
I know, damn it.
Ugh.
I've
Yeah.
also used those butter pretzels, the ones that are the squares that have the
Uh-huh.
grid.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Oh yeah. Rolled Gold
I've
does
used
those, I
those.
think.
Yeah, the rolled gold buttered. Oh, those ones are just good by themselves. But
I
and then
know.
and then after you melt the Rolo, make a sandwich basically. Put another one on top and squish it together. And
Oh,
Another
shit.
pretzel.
yeah,
Mm,
Oh, yeah, I'm getting hungry.
yeah.
But tonight I made Parmesan garlic covered chicken breast in the oven with cheesy potatoes and green beans, and it was so good. So good. But I have to admit, I cheated on the chicken. So I got it at Dylan's. It was already covered with the
That's
Parmesan.
not cheating.
But
That's not
that
cheating.
is not
You just
cheating.
you just cooked. That's okay. Like that's okay. Like
it was already covered in the Parmesan, like covered like shake and bake. That
yeah.
kind of,
I helped.
Yeah, you said to bake it,
yeah,
right? Nothing
yes.
wrong with
And it
that.
was so good.
Love that.
That's
In
not
fact,
cheating if you still had to bake it.
yeah,
Like
It's
I
just
use
trying to,
rotisserie chicken and everything. It's already cooked.
I mean, it's just trying to give yourself some time.
yeah.
We're all so busy. Yeah, I'm okay. I don't want to beat the chicken down to the size and then glaze it and butter it and sauce it. And now you're 20 minutes into it and you're like, I just want to eat. I got shit to do. So yeah, not cheating. Love you.
Baking.
Yeah.
Baking.
Tomorrow I'm gonna try chicken and dumplings.
So what all are you making tomorrow, April?
I'm gonna make caramel popcorn. I'm gonna do those Rolo pretzels. I'm gonna do haystacks, and then I'm either gonna do the mint chocolate chip chocolate cookies or the peanut butter blossoms.
So we're all getting a little sample of that too, right? You need my address?
We'll see how it goes because I actually do bake for the neighbors. So it's that time where the neighbors we start exchanging our goodies. So I gotta make goodies for the neighbors surrounding me because the lady across the street, her freaking popcorn is amazing and I want to keep getting it. So
You got to give up the goods to get the goods. Dude, I don't know where this baking shit is coming from for me, but I'm telling you, I have baked so many cookies. Like so many loaves of bread. I'm just baking and baking and buying flour and buying sugar and buying vanilla. And I threw away cornstarch and baking powder and baking cocoa that was expired in my cabinet because I never used that shit, and bought all fresh, all new, I'm about to make my own brown sugar.
oh,
Yeah, that's gonna happen. I'm gonna make my own brown sugar. But I was gonna talk about the fudge. I I asked my husband after all of the cookie extravaganzas that have been happening, like what kind of cookie would you like me to make for you? And he's like, I'll take a peanut butter cookie. And I'm like, great, simple, classic. I love that they're designed and the scoring of with the fork, like
mhm.
it's not like a chocolate chip cookie. I don't care if it's got cracks or if it's kind of clover shaped, like great, got it, so I'm getting the concept of the structure of cookies and how they're put together. And so I have an idea what's going to go into this cookie and look up a recipe. And oh, sorry, let me step back. I bought a big jug, a big tub, like 64 ounce, a big thing of a peanut butter because I know that I have to make peanut butter cookies. And so I found this recipe. It's exactly what I think it's going to be, except for I'm really shocked at how much peanut butter's not in a peanut butter cookie.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
Yeah.
there's some peanut butter in it. I guess I just really thought there would be more peanut butter. And I've got this giant tub of peanut butter. So when I get this brilliant idea that I'm going to try to make fudge for the first time in my life ever, because why? Why not? You know? I know that I can make peanut butter fudge. I've seen it, I've had it. So when instead of just looking up a recipe for fudge, I actually had Gemini AI make me a recipe specifically for the types of chocolate that I had and knowing that I wanted to make a peanut butter fudge. And it kicked ass. I mean, this recipe was easy as fucking could be. I mean, I had semi-sweet chocolate and milk chocolate chips. And so I told it that. I'm like, I want to make a peanut butter fudge recipe. It needs to include this. It needs to, I have 2 cans of sweetened uncondensed milk. Like, here's what I've got. Let's make this recipe. And so it gave me the recipe. It was so easy. You melt the chocolate, you got some salt, you got some vanilla, boom, that's that. Or 1 can of that condensed milk, that's one layer. Melt the peanut butter, throw in a dash of vanilla and some of that, the other can of that milk. That's that layer. I mean, it was just ridiculously easy. I could not believe how easy it was. It turned out very, very good. Um, Everybody liked it. I made it, I think, on Saturday. So when Cody and Savannah were here, like it was out, it was here. I'm like, here, try this. And they tried it. They thought it was great. I gave a ton of it away last night at the bowling alley, along with the cookies, which the cookies have been a hit too. I've gotten way more confident handing Chelsea cookies, and she likes them just fine. Took some to Haley. I know Haley will give me honest feedback. I know she'll be like, these peanut butter cookies don't taste very peanut buttery. Like I know she'll tell me. Um, the day I took them to her, she was so full. They were so full that they didn't try them. And I'm like on the edge of my seat. Like I just want her to try these cookies. So the next day she texts me and she's like, the chocolate chip cookie is definitely giving me like chewy Chips Ahoy vibes. Like it's so good. Oh, but it's better. Obs is what she said. And then I made a chocolate with peanut butter chip cookie. And she said both of those cookies were a big thumbs up. She didn't say anything about the peanut butter cookies. And I'm just like, thanks for the feedback. Like waiting.
What about the peanut butter?
Right? Like the peanut butter cookies I was just so fucking impressed. Like I was just so impressed. The next day, she texted me and she said, "Holy shit. Like, oh my God, these peanut butter cookies are another level. Like, holy moly," I think is what she said.
I
And I was
love a
like,
good peanut butter cookie. So you'll be sending?
I
You need my
can.
address?
Yeah. Actually, I think I have it now, which I know there's actually like an ongoing joke that I don't have it. I do. I think I have it starred in my Google Maps. So I'll double check. But yeah, I'm down with sending you guys some stuff. I'm proud of the stuff I've made, and I've
I'll take some cookies.
never made this stuff before. So yeah, I'll send you some cookies.
Cool.
I
And of
want
course, I
some
made some.
sourdough.
Okay.
I want the cheese and whatever we were talking about last
Jalapeno.
time.
Oh,
Jalapeno.
oh,
I want you to
jalapeno cheddar.
I want you to stuff dopamine with all the goodies and Baker and Cinder to me.
All right, I'll do that.
I appreciate you. All right, what's the next category now?
Nope.
Kylie.
Kylie.
Oh, Kylie, sorry. God damn it.
Hijacking
She's
my
always so quiet.
opening.
You're the worst, April.
I would just skip her totally. I didn't do any cooking this week, believe it or not. I do want to make some candy stuff, you know, I kind of did that the week before last
Hmm.
Kansas with my family, so I got it out of my system a little bit, but definitely want to make my version of peanut clusters and um,
Mm.
a couple other things. Anthony likes that nougat candy that you put I think it's jujubes or dots so it's like a melted marshmallow with the jujubes in it, and it's kind of a Christmas type candy because those are generally like red and green.
Hmm.
Um, and I use that recipe when I do my s'mores. I think we call them dreamy s'mores is what we decided to call them. But I'll do the marshmallow, melt up the marshmallow stuff with the white chocolate, and then dump in chocolate, peanut butter, and then crushed up graham crackers. And then you just put it in a pan and let it cool. And it's like little nougat, yeah, but good stuff in it. The chocolate and the peanut butter melt usually, so then you get little crispies of the graham crackers
That
inside
sounds
of it. It's really good. I
Yum.
want to make some of that every time we have something for Anthony's side of the family that we bring food for, the boys every time. Can you make that s'mores treat? Can you bring the s'mores treat? So it's like a requirement. And I know we're going over to his sister's for Christmas Eve, so I'll definitely be making that. And Anthony wants the traditional version with the jujube dot. I think we made it with dots, but the recipe I found said jujube, so I don't think it really matters. It's the hard, gross candy that I don't eat it,
You
but
said it.
unless very rarely have I gotten a super fresh box of them, and they're chewy, like, but generally you almost pull your fillings out or something when you're trying to eat those bitches. Um,
Are they better in cookies then, or
mm,
no?
they not. I don't. I mean, it's good. I'll eat a couple of the little squares, but
Got you.
they're not my they're not my choice.
Sure.
For him, I think it's nostalgic
Yeah.
because it reminds him of remember the little penny candy
Hmm.
areas in the grocery stores, and they have the little box candy, Brock's candy. It's kind of like that stained glass candy kind of that was like the marshmallowy stuff with the different colors of gummies or whatever chopped up in them. Kind of what that
Got you.
is.
All right.
But since I didn't really cook, we did go to Texas Roadhouse on Saturday. That was great. I took home most of my steak. They give you so much shit right in the beginning. Like start
The
you off with the
rolls.
bread. Yes. Start you off with the bread. And then Anthony's a sucker for appetizers usually. So we got the potato skins, and then we had side salads well, he had a soup, I had a salad that came as my side, and then they bring out, the food, and by then you're like not really that hungry. So, um, yeah, that was my what's cooking good looking. Not a whole lot, but I let Texas Roadhouse do the cooking.
good.
Well,
I
it
love
sounds like we're
Texas
Texas Road.
Roadhouse. Texas Roadhouse salad hits every time. It is
They're
my
better.
favorite. And I don't always order a salad when I go to a steakhouse because sometimes I want carb load. But at Texas Roadhouse, every time. It's my favorite. So, because I got them mixed up, I'm guessing that we are now at movies and documentaries.
Mhm.
All right. So on, I think it was Saturday morning. It was either Saturday or Sunday, I don't know, but I woke up at like 4:30 in the morning and couldn't go back to sleep. So I got up at like 5, finally like got out of bed, and I watched all the movies. I watched Miracle on 34th Street, and then I watched Home Alone 2, Frosty the Snowman, Did you guys know that's only like 25 minutes long? Just like cartoonish.
Mm-hmm.
I love it. And I watched Red One.
Mm.
And it's funny because listening back to our last year's episode one, or excuse me, season one conversations, I talked about how I wanted to see it, and I
Mm-hmm.
just watched it. So, good movie. And then those are some just what I watched. I am very excited for the Housemaid movie that's coming out on Friday. It was a book that I've read and enjoyed and like can't wait to see the movie. But I also know the plot twist, which I don't know if that makes me even more excited or like I kind of want to go and just watch people's reaction. But like may not have read the book and key in on that because I think that will be fun for me because I kind of already know. Yeah,
Do that.
I might. That's mine.
I didn't watch any documentaries. I'm still working on Tulsa King. But I do have something that I want to share because I do feel like it's going to turn into a movie or documentary.
What'd you do?
So oh, that hasn't come out yet. So Crime Stoppers has led police to track down a woman who has been missing since she was a child in 1983. So this lady found out a couple weeks ago when her mom was arrested, when the police showed up, that they originally lived in Kentucky, Louisville, Kentucky, and on April 2nd of 1983, Deborah, the mom, allegedly told the husband that she was leaving for a new job in Georgia, but ended up taking the daughter and has been missing ever since. And at one point, Deborah was one of the FBI's top 8 most wanted parental kidnapping fugitives.
Oh.
So this whole time they're looking for Deborah and Michelle. Michelle was 3 years old when this happened. So now Michelle, who I guess on November 24th, Deborah, who is now 66, the mom, was arrested in Florida. And when the police showed up, she was having herself a little get together. So this is so funny. The friends joked, "Oh, the police are here for you, Sharon," because she changed her name from Deborah to Sharon. And she laughed and said, "Oh no, they're here for my dog." And the police said, "No, ma'am, we're here for you. Your name is Deborah. You're from Kentucky. You kidnapped, blah, blah, blah." And so, yeah, Michelle, the daughter, is 46, and now she's been reunited with her dad, who's been looking for her ever since she was 3 years old. And yeah, that's all that I got so far. That's why I feel like it's going to turn into a movie or a documentary once they dive in more into Michelle. It wasn't even really her birth name. So obviously the mom changed it. But isn't that crazy?
Mm-hmm.
How'd they
Hopefully
find
Netflix
her
catch it
again?
up.
How'd they find her? How'd they find them?
Crime Stoppers was playing one of their old videos.
And like somebody
And
recognized them,
someone
or
recognized her and was like, hey, I know her.
her name's Sharon.
Yeah. And called Crime Stoppers. And they dug. And yeah, ended up finding that her name is not Sharon. It is Deborah. And yeah. So isn't that insane? So I'll have to keep following up on that and see each week. I know that that'll turn into a documentary. We will
I'm sure.
eventually hear from Michelle, the daughter.
Yeah, that'll be on Dateline if nothing else, something
Yeah.
like that, which
Yeah.
those are called documentaries. So I was going to talk about a limited series I watched on Netflix called Love and Death. I don't know if that's popped up for any of you guys. It's it's on Netflix. It's a doozy. It's 8 or 10. I don't remember. It's a good amount. I felt like it was a lot of episodes, but I was talking to my husband about it and I said, I remember before we had all these streaming services, to watch a movie and be like, man, that story is just so good. Could you imagine if they could have elaborated or told more about this side character? And, we had a 6-hour movie. And that's what I feel like these limited series are. I feel like these are those you could make the 2-hour movie. You could. Or you could make this into an 8 1 hour or 10 1 hour, whatever. I think this is a great example of that because we got a lot of characters and a lot of views and a lot of conversations and a lot of things that were picked up on. When it starts, one of the graphics that pops up says this is a true story. And it's based in the late 70s and early 80s in McKinney, Texas. And I think I was probably 2 or 3 episodes in when I realized that I was familiar with the name of one of, the main character, basically. And I was like, why do I know that name? Like, I feel like I know her name, but I just couldn't remember why. And then, of course, I watched the rest of the series. I binged it all in one day. And even though I felt like that was a lot of my time and like I could have been editing or doing something else, I'm just not sad about it. It was really, really good. I thought the costumes and the hairstyles and I loved that, seeing the old cars. But Love and Death tells the story about Candy Montgomery. Does that name ring a bell for any of you guys?
Mm-mm. Mm-mm.
I think I have heard a true crime podcast on it.
Probably. Candy Montgomery is God in this. I'm just gonna call it a movie, even though it's a series. She's just a sweet, precious little pumpkin. She's a devout Christian. Most of the people in these small towns in Texas are good church-going people, and they're hard workers and God-fearing, and they're good parents, and they all go to the football game on Friday nights, and they go to church on Sunday, and they, it's very common, whatever. She decides just on a fucking whim that she's going to have an affair. She's going to cheat on her husband. It does kind of show her flirting a little bit with her husband, and he is just not picking up what she's putting down. They have children, and I think maybe in his mind, sex is for creating, or maybe he's just not interested, or I don't know. But she decides that she's going to start an affair. And she basically just asks this guy who's in the church choir with her and who plays on the church volleyball team with her, do you want to have an affair with me? And he's like, I'm sorry, what? Like, he's not really the best looking guy. He's real quiet. He is also married. He and his wife are trying to have a child. Like, I think they have one kid and they're trying to have a second. And they end up having meetings. And when I say meetings, I mean like strategy meetings where they sit and they talk and they discuss why, what are the pros and cons of us having an affair? And if we were to have an affair, what would the rules be? And how do we do this? And where do we do this? And here's when we know when to stop it. And I mean, they have what they called strategy meetings. And Candy's getting to the point where she's like, dude's name is Alan. Alan, I'm going to need you to take your pants off. I mean, she's ready. And he's like, one more strategy meeting, just one more strategy meeting. And they literally like set the rules. If it goes too far, if any of us start to develop feelings, if anything happens that hurts one of our spouses, like they have these rules, they set the rules, it's a done deal, it's go time. They pick a hotel, in the next small town. She makes this beautiful lunch. He just leaves work on his like lunch break and goes and meets her at the hotel. They have lunch and then they have sex. And then this continues and continues and continues. And there are some times when they meet that they don't even have sex, but they have conversations. And I think it's very fair to say that they did not fall in love with each other, that they became very good friends, that their relationship that they had, at least he was able to take that back to his home, and he felt like things were kind of getting a little bit better between him and his wife. His wife is kind of cold and robotic. And like there's this one scene where they're showing them having sex because she's trying to get pregnant and like she's coaching him. And it's very not hot, not sexy, not dirty talk that man, the guy wants to hear when he's doing it. He doesn't want to hear, you know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? Um, but it is a true story. And what ends up happening is they call off the affair. Alan's wife asks him to go to this marital retreat that it is almost gimmicky, almost MLM-y. Like it's like a known thing. It's called marriage encounter. Like people know, and oh, we went to marriage encounter. Oh, they went to marriage encounter, right? So Alan and his wife go to marriage encounter. It helps them. And he ends up telling Candy, got nothing but love for you. You've helped me immensely. I wish you nothing but the best, but I've got to be done. We're going to take what we learned at marriage encounter. We're going to focus on us. I'm going to try to make this work. And she gets a little jealous, I think, but she has no choice but to accept it. And so she actually goes to her husband and says, let's go to marriage encounter. And he's like, well, okay. And so they also go, like she's going to try to make things work with her husband. And it goes well for them too. Um, I should note that their daughters are best friends. So Alan and Betty's daughter and Candy and her husband, I can't think of his name, their daughter, they are best friends. And you see a lot of the girls interacting and spending the night and going here and carting off and carpooling. And you see the closeness of these families. On a random day. It's just a random fucking day. Candy stops by Betty's house to pick up her daughter's swimsuit because the girls are spending the night and blah 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 blah, and she's just out running errands, and Betty's like, great, yeah, I'll give you the swimsuit. Are you fucking my husband? And Candy's like, whoa, no, I am not fucking your husband. And Betty's like, cool, but you were, weren't you? And Candy can't lie and won't lie and doesn't lie. And she says, I'm so sorry. And Betty's like, bet, wait right here. And Betty goes into the garage and she grabs an axe. And I mean an axe, like a long ass handle. The filmmaking part of it, like the movie part of it, just, I mean, really good work. But Betty comes at at Candy with this axe. And I'll just say Candy wins. Candy gets the axe, and Candy 41 blows. I mean, when they find Betty, they think that she's been shot with a shotgun. There's so much damage. What's wild is that after Candy murders the fuck out of Betty, kills the fuck out of Betty, defends herself, but really like brutally butchers Betty. She showers. She showers at Betty's house. She goes into this mode of I've got to act normal. She was out running errands, you guys. She had to go to Target and get these Father's Day cards, and then she had to get back to the church to go to the puppet show, and then she had to do this and she had to do that. So after she murders this lady and rinses all the blood off of her and she's soaking wet, she gets back in her car and she goes to her house and she changes her clothes and she does all that. She goes to Target and gets the cards. She misses the puppet show, but she goes back to the church and it is weeks and months, I believe, until she's arrested. Nobody thinks it's her. She's not a suspect for a minute. Obviously, they think a man has done it. Now, Betty's husband, Alan, he's out of town. And I think that was part of Betty snapping, because Betty kind of snapped. She's the one that went and got the axe. So they know it's not him, and normally it's him. Normally it's the husband or the lover or um but there is a small shoe print in the blood, so they do kind of know pretty quick it's a woman. And Candy makes no bones about everybody knew she was stopping by Betty's to get the swimsuit. Everybody knew, oh yeah, I went to Betty, she was fine when I left, I got the swimsuit, she gave me a towel, she was fine when I left. So they eventually put it together and they charge her. And after all of the trials, she's actually found not guilty. And she and her husband packed up and took their kids and they left and they moved to Georgia. And their marriage didn't survive. It survived the trial and it survived the move to get the fuck out of Texas. But they didn't survive, when they got to Georgia. Alan moved on with his life. He married and divorced and I think remarried again at some point. There were some kind of flashes of information like data or like, text. It wasn't part of the movie. So I got some facts about like how they went on, but true story. But Candy Montgomery was the name that popped up, and I'm like, why do I know that? Oh, because she's like an actual axe murderer, like an actual axe killer. I will say this though, I do believe she was defending herself. I mean, she didn't show up with an axe. Like I don't think she went there to become an axe murderer, but yeah, I think a couple of bonks with the axe would have done it. I don't think you needed to remove her face. I don't think you needed to do all that, Miss Candy. Anyway, that's what I watched. I know I gave a lot of details, but I still would tell you it is worth the watch.
One more time.
It went dark
Love,
again. Love and Death.
and Death on Netflix.
Got it.
Wow. That's pretty intense.
Mm-hmm. It's good.
That's my kind of shit. I can't wait to watch it.
I hope you do. It is a lot though. Like I swear to God, I feel like it was like all day. But it was good.
Oh, good gracious.
I watched two things. I watched a regular movie. It was the new Knives Out mystery on Netflix. I think it's called Wake Up Dead Man, a Knives Out mystery. And anyway, we watched that and it was really, really good. So I think it's in the theater right now still, but you can also watch it on Netflix. And the documentary style thing that I watched was I don't know if you guys have ever seen that Florida man meme, like Florida man arrested for, throwing a crocodile through a drive-through window, just
The wild shit.
Yeah, wild, crazy shit that it's always a Florida man. Well, HBO Max has this little series that they started. We watched the first season when, like last year, maybe. I feel like it's been longer than that, but it feels like when you binge stuff, takes forever for the new one to come out. But they just started the second season, and it's better than the first season. It's so funny. Yeah, it just kind of goes through some of the actual stories and just the way they do it. They get like actual actors. Like this last one we watched, I think Jeremy Renner was like the main guy. So they get like known actors, and it's just they act it out. So of course it's over dramatic and it's very comedic. But just some crazy shit. I think the last one we watched with Jeremy Renner, this guy was mad because the cops took his dog. So to get back at him, he thought it was the logical thing is to rob the casino boat, right? So
Totally.
that's what he decides he's going to do, and that's how he's going to get the money to get his dog back, is rob this casino boat. And it does. So they like go through in the show like how he had it all planned out. So it was all nice and smooth, and they got away, stole the boat and got away with the money. And that's not how it happened, though. I think what they managed to do is steal two ATM machines out and try to stuff them in his car. And the, yeah, the security guard was Bert Crusher. Is that his last?
Oh, yeah, Bert Kreischer.
Crusher, that's it. Um, yeah, it's definitely worth watching. I think you might even be able to catch some of it on YouTube if you Google it on YouTube. I know they at least have the trailers um on there. And anyway, it's very funny if you like true crime and you need maybe a little break, but you still want to keep it true crime. It's just funny. It's kind of like watching World's Dumbest Criminals, but like famous actors are playing characters in these shows, and it's a good time.
Social media. I don't do it right.
Medja.
Medja. So another DoorDash driver. They be getting crazy. This one is from Kentucky, but was in Indiana and decided that she needed to spray some pepper spray on food that she was delivering. A Kentucky woman is behind bars after allegedly pepper spraying a DoorDash customer's food, later telling authorities she had been aiming the substance at a spider. She left the order. The customer said an incident that left the married couple sick and quickly went viral. So then they checked their doorbell camera and saw her doing that. She said she was aiming at a spider.
How about walk away?
Yeah.
The answer to a lot of things.
Shit. I just wanted to read one more thing. Oh, investigators noted that temperatures dipped to the 35 degrees Fahrenheit that night, which is too cold for outdoor spiders in Indiana to be active.
Did you guys see the video?
Yes.
Yes.
I did see the video. And I mean, I feel like in the video you can't necessarily, but I mean, she is definitely like spraying pepper
But
spray.
she's like covertly spraying. She's not aiming at no damn spider.
No.
She's trying to
Yeah,
be
like-
slick.
Yeah.
She's trying to not look like she's spraying, but she's spraying. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah,
there's no
not
damn
good.
spider.
She's been
lying.
charged with 2 level 6 felony counts of battery, resulting in moderate injury, as well as 2 level 5 felony counts of consumer product tampering. As of Friday, she's being held without bond until she can be extradited to Indiana
Hmm.
because And she was also door dashing in Indiana, but I guess she's from Kentucky. And she went to Indiana to visit her dad and was door dashing when this incident took place, and then went back to Kentucky. They arrested her in Kentucky and they're waiting to extradite her back to Indiana. But yeah, she's getting in a whole lot of trouble. So just like the door dasher that took inappropriate video recordings of her customer, don't spray pepper spray into your guest's food order.
Right.
Yeah, that's the number one.
That's the
I'm
number
glad we
one
reviewed
rule.
that.
Yeah, I mean, I back you up on that one.
What I saw on social media this week made my motherfucking skin crawl. I'm gonna spare you and tell you instead of pulling it up and showing you. But the username is "The dolls aren't real." So we'll just let that sink in for a second. just
Wow, I
marinate
need
in
to.
it. The dolls aren't real refers to a popular online persona and content creator, Gina Kasoff, known as the dolls aren't real. You guys know what reborn dolls are?
Yes.
So they're dolls that are like hyper realistic. They're used for several different reasons, but a lot of times they're used in therapeutic senses for child loss or miscarriage, child death. Women may get these very realistic looking dolls, and they help them. They're weighted, they look real, but they can go through some of the steps that they were planning to go through before they had their loss, and change their clothes, and maybe even brush their hair or change their diaper or feed them. So there's nothing wrong with Miss Gina Kasoff. She's not sick in the head, she's not demented, but she absolutely does role play like come with me to get ready in the morning, in the life of a doll mom. And so it's content for this channel, and I'm sure she's monetized, and I'm sure, this is how she makes her money, which go ahead, Gina. Um, but if you if you weren't smart enough to look at it in the right frame, it would look like this lady is obsessed with these dolls, because it's here's our morning routine, and here's what we had for dinner, and here's let's get the twins ready for school. And I don't think Gina just lives her life with these dolls, but it did it did look real bad on first glance, and I was like, ugh. Oh, this lady is like obsessed with these dolls. She's not. The dolls aren't real. The comments were exactly what you think they would be. I mean, there was one that had probably 40,000 likes. It was like, I swear to God, there's a Criminal Minds episode about this. And I'm like, there is. There is.
Are these like little antique dolls like back in the day? Or these like life-size dolls like some people
Yeah, they
use?
look like real babies. Like if you didn't
And
know, maybe you just saw a picture, you might actually think it's a real baby.
and
Like they,
older and bigger dolls. So, preschool looking age type
oh,
child dolls.
wow. I didn't know they got that
I
big.
didn't either.
That is a little,
Wow, that's a
That's what I'm
little.
saying. The video that popped up on my For You page, which I don't fucking know why.
Yeah, I'm
I see
concerned
this
why
this
um,
your AI is bringing that.
common mantra I see in a lot of comments these days is, I am responsible for my own algorithm, and I built my own For You page. This is my doing. I did this to myself. So yeah, I get some weird shit every once in a while, and I get, that day I got the doll lady, but it was legit. Come watch the morning routine with a doll mom. And it was There's this part where she's like making the little girl walk,
Stop it.
and it's like,
Stop it.
Like Chucky.
Stop. I can't. I can't.
I'll send it to you guys in TikTok.
Oh my
I'll send it.
gosh.
I feel like
You can choose to watch it or not.
I'm gonna watch it.
Well, yeah, now that you threw out the walking part, how could you not? I mean,
I feel like even though it's like meant for a purpose, I do feel like there could be some individuals that might take it a little further than it's supposed to be, and maybe they just need a little more guidance in their lives.
I don't know.
But I think I should watch it before I make any
Yeah.
like
Make
firm
any judgment.
conclusions. Because I do believe that they're made for a purpose. I didn't realize they had gone up to that far of an age. Like, because yeah, if you lose a child, like I can kind of understand the like having the pressure on your chest and like helping with your grief and getting through things, but I'm not sure that you're walking. I mean, maybe if they lost a 3-year-old, they need to do that. Like, I think I have to watch it.
Okay.
Me
Crystal, do
too.
you think she's of sound mind or
I think she's
yeah?
fine.
You think it's normal that she was making the
That
dog
doesn't mean
walk?
she's not unsound mind.
I
She's
think she's a
not.
content creator.
Mm.
There
I
you
think she's a
go.
content creator, and I think that this is her shtick. She has these dolls
Okay,
for
that
whatever
makes me feel better.
reason.
Okay, that makes me feel better.
I think the fact that her username is "the dolls aren't real" speaks for itself. Where
Sure,
she's
You're
letting us
right.
all know that she knows the dolls aren't real. She
sure.
is simply doing
You're
role
right.
play.
You're right.
That's what I believe about her.
And
Love
she's
it.
managed to get that many followers.
I mean, this video has 16.5
It's
million
hilarious.
views.
When
16
is
million views, just this one video.
well, we need 16 million views.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
Can we have her on our
Gina, help us out.
yeah, girl. Can you bring a doll on and join us?
I don't. I don't know if we want to be that kind of podcast.
Send us some love.
I like to support women.
Yeah, I'm all about supporting emotional support,
Well-being.
helping,
Supporting
advocating.
emotional support.
Yeah. You know what I meant.
Mm.
The rest of the world doesn't, but you know.
Oh no. Yeah.
Wow.
This
That's
is
a
the
goodie.
one. That's the one. I just sent it to you guys. It was Mornings with a
Okay.
Doll Mom. It's the one that came across my feed, and I mean, it's
Oops.
got her walking a fucking baby at some point.
Alrighty.
The dolls aren't real.
They're not.
Love it.
I've got to watch this now.
You up, Kylie?
Okay. Mine's just kind of short, just because I was really just trying to find something. But I believe this was on Reddit, and somebody had put, I told my friend I won't be in her wedding anymore because she expects the bridesmaids to spend over $3,000 on their dresses, and I cannot afford it. I guess what I found shocking, I'll just read a couple of the comments, but it was kind of 50-50. I thought everybody would be like, that's absolutely ridiculous. Nobody should expect you to pay 3 grand on your dress for their wedding. Like, I personally also feel that way. But like one comment says, if you can't afford it, you shouldn't have said yes. Weddings are expensive. This isn't new. Okay.
Who said that?
Anonymous 394212.
Team bride.
What's their
apparently.
address? Because April wants to beat her ass.
What's your first name, your last name, and are you famous?
Another comment said friendship shouldn't come with a payment plan. $3,000 is insane. And someone else was like, why do people plan weddings they know their friends can't afford? Which you can plan your wedding
You
however
can
you
plan
want.
whatever wedding you want, but
Exactly.
you're paying for it, or you need to find some friends that can pay for it.
Yeah.
Right. And then this one, you can call it a spicy take. If my wedding cost you financial stress, I think she meant caused, but if my wedding caused you financial stress, I don't want you in it. I'm just like,
Bye.
who are these people that think their friends have an extra $3,000 just to drop on a dress that they're gonna wear one time? Like,
Well, I
most
guess
likely one time.
I think
yeah.
those people exist. There are people who have money like that and who have social circles like that, but I think that's not the norm. And I think somebody who's posting that on Reddit is
Not the norm.
no, they're probably just a little more.
She's like Jennifer
Yeah.
Aniston and Friends with Money. Like, she's the only one in the group that is, everyone else has a career and they make
Or
thousands
they
of
have like
dollars.
daddy
And she's
money
a
that's
waitress.
paying for everything for them, or their fiance's family is paying for everything, like one way or the other. So they think they're gonna have this fancy wedding, and then they're like telling their loved ones that they need to be responsible for a ridiculous amount on a dress that you're wearing for like 5 hours.
I still have my bridesmaid dress from Crystal and Kylie's. Like, what the hell? Meghan, I wish I still had that outfit from your wedding day. That was super
No,
cute.
she had that cute jean jacket. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And that skirt and those heels. I don't know what the hell. Those green satin heels. They're so cute. But yeah, I have my bridesmaids dresses from your guys' weddings, and I think that's just different. We would never ever do that to each other, like ask to spend
No.
just because that's not us. But that's not true friendship.
It
That's
just depends on what kind of friendship they have. Like, honestly,
well, I'd like to know what their friendship's based around. Money?
maybe
Do they hold
status.
interviews that, hey, when I get married, can you afford a $3,000 bridesmaid's dress? Check yes. You know,
I'm just saying, I
like,
feel like there's a very small population that would feel that way. Like, if they know that they have friends that are of status and have the money and can do the things, then it's a realistic expectation for them. Our group, that's not a realistic expectation. Like, we would never be like, April, you want to be in my wedding? This is the $3,000 gown that I want you to wear.
and I tell you, go
Well,
I would
did
fly
never
they
do
really
that.
high and send
also
me
did
some
they make
pictures of
that
your wedding.
clear? Did they make that clear when they asked
Yeah.
someone to be a bridesmaid that, you know, I kind of have an expensive wedding planned and the dresses might be expensive. Can you handle that? Like, I would have been, did this person even know, before they were like, oh, yes, I'd love to be a bridesmaid. And then,
Yeah, I
okay,
just feel like you kind of have
it,
some kind of expectation of what your friends can afford, and your friends also know what kind of friend you are. Like, you
I
have
don't
an
think
idea of what kind of economic state your best friend that you're gonna have in your wedding is.
Yeah.
Okay,
wow, that's intense.
that was wild.
Yeah, it was.
And fuck that bitch.
Yeah, fuck that bitch. What's her name? When is her
What's her
wedding?
address?
Can we be invited to this wedding?
probably have to buy a ticket to get in. I don't know.
Is it by the sea? Can we rent a boat
Or
secretly?
destination weddings. What about destination weddings? And people expect you to
Oh, yes.
other countries to, and then get butthurt when you can't make it. Like,
All right, moving on.
what we got? The card?
The card. Tell me about the time you
We
got
are
into the
on the
most
card.
trouble with your parents. Trouble. The most trouble.
The most trouble with my parents?
Mm-hmm.
God.
I'm going to preface this by saying I didn't really actually get into a lot of trouble. I did some troublesome things, but it never felt like it was too much trouble. The most troublesome time, I think, for my mom, where had she beat my ass, she would have beat my ass, was when I had to get picked up by the cops from the house. So, um, myself and another friend had gone to a house to hang out during the day, and my mom, we lived out in the country in Wamego. And so my mom's friend had driven us into town and we just stayed there all day, all night, into the middle of the night. And yeah,
What were you guys doing?
we were just hanging out, like chilling. I don't think, was that her name? I don't think as much.
I'm
But
sure she didn't.
didn't know we were really there. Her sons were, I don't want to call them terrible people because
Hitting
they
puberty.
really weren't. But boy, they like to entertain the females.
One of them more than the other, to be honest.
Yes, true. Yes.
Yes.
But it was just the house that you would go to. Like there wasn't necessarily a lot of supervision. There was underage drinking going on. We can bleep out the names. It's fine. Um, but yeah, we had gotten dropped off there and then did not come back. And it was like 11:30 midnight. And my mom was like, I don't really know where she's at, but I know this is where my friend dropped her off at. And so they showed up and yeah, took me home. And actually, they did not take me home. They're like, we got her. Come get her. So my mom had to come to the house that I was at and get me and take me home.
How did the cops get involved? I missed it. What?
My mom didn't know where I was, and so she ended up calling the police. And Michelle, my mom's roommate at the time, they were in the program together,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
um, knew that she had taken us, my friend and Kim, or my friend and Kim, myself and my friend Kim, but she didn't know. I mean, yeah, I guess in hindsight, I don't know why Michelle didn't just drive my mom to where she dropped us off at. I don't really know, but yeah, the cops ended up there and
Is Megan here?
they were like, "Damn it, Megan." Yeah. The girl that was too young to be in the house had her parents called on her and they were mad at me and I was like, "Sorry." We were literally getting ready to leave. Like I remember like Kim and I were like walking out the front door to like basically walk back to my country house at midnight.
That's quite the walk.
Wow.
And
Dumbasses.
then I kind of sort of remembered thinking to myself, well, at least I'm getting a ride.
Oh my God.
Because it was quite the walk, and I was not looking forward to it.
Before Uber.
And I had Kim telling me, it's fine, let's go, let's go. And I was like, okay, here we
Of course she
go.
was.
Yeah,
Wow,
that's it.
I haven't heard that name in forever.
R.I.P.
Yeah. It's nuts.
Except she got me on plot.
Yeah, she was crazy.
And the like again, 46-year-old Meghan knows that's not okay. But man,
Well, you were 46 then.
I
You're a
did some
teenager,
really
is dumb and
dumb shit. And sometimes it don't matter. Anyway, that's my story.
I've done so much stupid shit. Oh God, there's so many incidents. It's scary.
But
I
when did
guess
you get the most trouble?
I would say the most trouble probably be when I stole my dad's truck.
We heard that story.
Yeah, where I stole my dad's truck, got a speeding ticket, and mom had to go to court for me. And I literally got my ass kicked, literally down the hallway when my dad found out. So I'd say that would be the most trouble that I've gotten into. It was not a good time. Definitely melted a bad memory in my mind. And I'm I'm kind of thankful I live in the city that Miles doesn't have to steal my vehicle, but
Yeah, until they want to go to Wichita.
shut your mouth.
Shut that dirty mouth.
Shut that dirty mouth of yours.
Where'd you go? Oh,
I don't know why.
I didn't really get in trouble. And if I did, my mom certainly wasn't there to enforce any kind of punishment or stay home or um I I do remember throwing a party once and thinking that I got away with it. And then when I found out that she knew about it, she actually wasn't mad at me. I feel like there were several times when I feel like I should have gotten in trouble or she should have been mad at me and she was just really fucking cool about it. But I will tell you this one time I also stole her vehicle. And I didn't steal it like without her permission. Like she wasn't out of town and I took it. Um she used to send me like to McDonald's in Wamego, like, hey, go get me 2 double cheeseburgers or go get me 2 cheeseburgers. And she'd make them into a double cheeseburger before they had double cheeseburgers, whatever. And of course I would do that for her, but I had to cruise Maine 16 times first and then go get the
yeah.
cheeseburgers and then cruise Maine again, you know? And
Absolutely.
one time there were some boys that got my attention. I don't even remember who was with me. Someone was with me, and we were talking to boys. And I was right up by the high school, like at 9th and Lincoln. I lived at 9th and Ash. I lived a block away. And my mom came walking up the sidewalk, hollering at me, screaming at me, get my ass back home, get her Jeep back home. She was so mad, she didn't even come get in the Jeep and take it from me. She turned around and walked back home and told me to get her car back home. And so I did.
And where's my McDonald's?
Yeah. Here's your cheeseburger. Sorry, I love you. I'm gonna go talk to those boys. Bye.
Did you?
I'm sure.
Yes,
She just
absolutely.
wanted her cheeseburgers in her car. I didn't have a driver's license.
Right.
I had like a restricted or a learner's permit or a something. You know what I mean? Like when we were still in Wamego, I would have been 14 or 15. I
In the
was
Jeep.
not a licensed driver. So I already shouldn't have been driving up the 2 blocks to the McDonald's. But I'd do it. I'd do it for her. I get to drive. She got a cheeseburger. Win-win. But yeah, no, I was a complete and total asshole. Took advantage. She was hot, screaming at me.
That's hard for me to see.
It's not hard for me at all. Maybe I was the one with you.
Oh, yeah, maybe.
Because oh man, I remember when we got in the accident pulling on a fucking Sonic and we were stressed because we were like, fuck, I don't think we're supposed to have this car. Yeah. Good times.
I feel like I kind of told the prom story. That was the biggest trouble I remember being in, going to the bar after prom and waking up with X's on my face. And I mean, you just can't get out of it after that.
Nope.
I mean, really, I can't. I felt like, I mean, I was in trouble a lot. I hated cleaning my room, and
You were
usually
grounded every day
All
of
the time.
week. Like always fucking grounded.
yeah.
Yeah. That dual parent household will do it to you.
Yeah,
would
it does.
never.
Uh,
So
Yeah.
again, it was hard for me to like say what my biggest I mean, even that moment and other moments that I've thought about. I never really got in like trouble. I was in trouble. My mom's like, I don't like this.
Yeah.
But it was more like my own, like, oh, I disappointed my mom
Mm.
than my mom actually like punishing me. So maybe she was onto something.
I think my mom really she was pissed at me that day, because she wanted her
Yeah.
cheeseburgers and she wanted her car safe and sound. And maybe she was scared that I had gotten into an accident. She fucking knew where I was. She knew to walk up to Main Street. You know what I mean? Like, I think that sometimes because she probably had no goddamn energy, especially for me, that her strategy was to make me figure out the disappointment myself. Like, oh fuck, my mom's gonna kill me. And then she didn't kill me because I did it myself. Like I already like beat myself up about it or had already gone through it myself without her having to do the heavy lifting, like,
Yeah.
and maybe I'm wrong. Maybe she just really missed shit. Like the party thing. I don't know when she found out about that party. I don't know if it was the day she got back in town or 3 weeks later, or I have no idea, but she never said shit to me. And like I was talking to her about something completely separate. And she was like, oh, like your 16th birthday party? And I was like, oh, you know about that? You know about that? When she found my birth control? Holy shit. I thought for sure she was gonna be like, he's not coming around anymore. Instead it was, well, I would rather find that than a fucking pregnancy test. I'm not happy. I am not happy with what I found, but I would rather find that. And
Yeah.
then I
I
got to
can hear that right now. I'm not happy.
Yeah.
But
Yeah. That's what she said. She found my birth control and she's like, are you fucking kidding me? Well, at least you're on birth control. And I'm like, well, yeah, thought I did the right thing. But I was 15 years old. And she's like, really? You're having sex? And I'm like, yeah. Because you're at work. I'm horny.
I'm 15.
I'm drinking and making out with boys. I'm having sex. The fuck? And you ain't going to stop me.
I do what I want.
Thanks for listening. See you next week.
Bye.
Bye. Follow us on Facebook and Instagram.
Thanks for hanging out with us on the Mac Besties podcast. We hope you felt like a part of the crew because that's what it's all about, building connections and sharing this journey with you. Don't forget to subscribe, leave us a review, and share the love with your besties. And remember, whether life's a mess or a masterpiece, we're in this together. See you next time on Mac Besties podcast.